Good evening, I'm Daisy Richards and welcome to Monday's edition of the Regional News. We begin with news from Brazil. Brazilian far-right former President Jair Bolsonaro at a rally of conservative supporters on Saturday said the right was gaining ground internationally in Italy and France and said he hoped that former U.S. President Donald Trump will be returned to the White House this year. Quote, God willing, it will be Trump in November, unquote, he told a cheering crowd of 3,500 supporters at the CPAC Brazil 2024 event at a beach resort in southern Brazil. The event was intended to drum up support for Bolsonaro's party's candidates in this year's municipal elections and project his influence ahead of the 2026 presidential race. The rally was billed as the first major opposition rally of the campaign for local mayoral elections in October. Speakers attacked Brazil's current government of leftist President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, calling it corrupt. They advocated Christian pro-life family values and a ban on abortion in speeches that were pro-gun and anti-drug. Former Chilean right-wing presidential candidate José Antonio Cast addressed the rally, and Argentina's libertarian president Javier Milei was expected to address the closing session on Sunday afternoon. Bolsonaro lost his re-election bid to Lula in 2022 and has been banned from running for elected office until 2030 due to his attacks on Brazilian democracy and its electronic voting system. Despite being under investigation for his alleged role in encouraging supporters to storm government buildings a week after Lula took office in January last year, Bolsonaro maintains a large following that share his right-wing views, which he successfully broadcasts on social media. With funding from his right-wing Liberal Party, Bolsonaro draws crowds wherever he goes to back candidates for the upcoming local elections. Herme Casaros, a political scientist at the FGV think tank in Sao Paulo, said the presence of Milei and Cast shows that Bolsonaro and his political associates want Brazil to become a hemispheric hub for far-right coordination. While in Jamaica, preliminary assessments conducted by the Banana Board show an 80 to 100% loss of bananas and plantains consequent on the passage of Hurricane Beryl. The board has so far conducted assessments in the larger banana-producing parishes of St. Thomas, St. Mary, Portland, St. James, St. Catherine, and Clarendon. General Manager Janet Coney says officers are still on the ground assessing the losses despite access and communication issues. Quote, for the commercial banana farmers, which is about 1,564 hectares on the ground, they have experienced about 90% of losses. So the loss is great and we are still assessing, unquote, she said. Quote, we have asked the farmers to, as soon as possible, go back to their farms. If there are bunches of fruits that are down that you cannot take out right away, we ask that you cover them. If they are exposed to the sun, they will be damaged and you can't sell them. That's the first thing, and since we are at 80 to 100% damage, that means the plants are down, unquote, she said. Connie further advised the farmers can leave bunches that are not yet ready still attached to the plant to promote the fruit's continued development. The general manager said where this is not possible and bunches can be sold, which entails cutting off sections of the plant that are broken or bent, and which may be rotting. Additionally, she said the board asks that, quote, if these are fruits that you can hold in cold storage or a ripening room, keep them. If they are in the field, cover them, then try to sell as much as you can. It is going to take another 9 months to recover if you follow our instructions, unquote, Connie added. Finally, news from Trinidad and Tobago. A Sangre Grande man was killed when he tried to defend his common-law wife from a man who attempted to whine on her at a bar on Friday. Caron Modise Jack, 39, of Northeastern Settlement, was liming at the popular establishment with a 34-year-old woman from Oropochi Road, Sangre Grande, around 6:30 p.m. when a man from Boys Bande village, who was known to the woman, came up and attempted to gyrate on her. She pushed him off and walked away. Modise Jack smashed a glass bottle and confronted the suspect. The two men then got into a fight. The woman told police she ran off, but later found Modise Jack bleeding from wounds to his head and back. She took him to the Sangre Grande hospital, where he was treated but died at 10:47 p.m. The suspect, whose hands were injured during the incident, was also taken to the hospital. He was interviewed by the police and remained warded up to Sunday. Thank you for watching. Do have a productive week. Until next time.